I am overwhelmed this morning. If you're new here, I'm Emmy and we're going to do a very raw day in the life because Sunday's my filming day and I don't want to mess my schedule up. I don't want to mess my schedule up and miss today's filming. But overwhelmed is the theme of the day, I think. A little bit of background as to what's happened this morning. We have a wedding venue, if you don't know that. So Friday we did a big event. We worked, I think it was 14 and a half hours I put down in the end. Went to bed about 2, but as soon as we get in from weddings, Maidie always wakes up. So it ended up being more like 2:30, I'd say. We got in about just before 2 and she woke up, so she needed milk. It took her 5 minutes to get back to bed and organised. She's reading her Paddington Trick and Treat book over there. She woke up at 6:15. Thankfully, Dad did the morning feed, so let me sleep for a little bit longer. By 11, I was back up at the wedding venue again doing another full day. Not 14 and a half hours. I ended up back here about 5-ish. But it's like constant on your feet being entertaining. Maybe not entertaining, but more like just on the ball, hosting, the like main point of contact. Obviously Mike and Paul do some too, but I am like the main point of contact. So I was back here at 5 and did the full evening, ended up in bed about 11, just didn't sleep. So the night before, when I went to bed at 2, 2:30, Maidie got up at 6. I just didn't sleep very well because I'd ended up needing caffeine to get me through the evening. And then that caffeine just didn't work out very well for me. So it meant that I just did not sleep at all until I probably had about 2 hours sleep in the end. I did another day's work. Maidie then has a cold to add into this mix. So she is teething a little bit, I think, with her top teeth. I might be wrong. It might just be her cold, but I think she's teething. So 5 o'clock this morning, she woke up again. Dad did the morning feed, which I hugely appreciate. And then he came back to bed because I could hear them and I could hear what was going on and could hear stuff happening. I didn't get like the best sleep this morning. Then I've come into the lounge this morning. The house is just in absolute chaos. There was milk and bottles and just the kitchen's just, into the lounge. The gate had been left open for the dog and we shut it normally so she gets shut off from the lounge, and she's done a poo and a wee in the lounge. I really need to get some of that spray that stops them doing it because she just will not stop. Like, that's why we shut it off. Doesn't do it when we're in here, it's just if she's in here overnight. And the baby would not be put down, so she's screaming to high heaven as soon as I try and even let go of her. She's fine now, she just was hungry. So between that and then it just being a mess. And then I've come in here and there's a giant, one of like the really long spindly leg spiders has killed one of the giant thick house spiders in the corner. So I'm watching him eat that. I'm not dealing with it. Maidie and I have trapped ourselves in the corner of the room doing a little bit of playing. I mean, how can you not be happy when you see that little face? Eh? Yeah, is it Mummy and Maidie? Yeah. It's our new word, isn't it? We go, yeah. Could you do fishies last time we were on here? Maidie? Maidie, what do fishies do? What do fishies do? What do fishies do? Maidie, what do fishies do? Just had some Calpol, haven't you? So that's why you're a bit happy. What do fishies do? What do fishies do? What do fishies do? Should we try again later when you're not saying yeah? Can you say ma? It's this new mouth movement that she's got. Can you say ma? You're trying, aren't you? Ma. So today we're going to turn this around. We're going to turn it around. We're going to feel better. We're going to sort the house out. I have picked the pillow up because That would be disgusting if I'd left it. But we're going to clean the carpet because it's like stained, so I'm going to have to get the vax out. We're going to sort the house out. We're going to feel better. We're going to have a good, positive Sunday. I think Vince has to work for a little bit, definitely to like send them off on their way. I said my goodbyes yesterday. 0 chance of my going back up there today. But we also have some stuff to film for Instagram because the rest of the plan's fallen apart and we need to get Maidie outside, I think. So you haven't been outside for a bit, have you? The snot sucker sucked so much snot out of her this morning. The weather looks nice, doesn't it? Maybe we can go and look at some autumn leaves. Yeah, go look at some autumn leaves in the field. Vince came back from work and sorted us out at a speed that I can't even comprehend, if I'm honest with you. He just comes in and like whirlwind sorts everything out. So he has already cleaned the carpet, hoovered, he's tidied the lounge, he's done the dishwasher, he's put the bottles in to sterilise.
It's not even in consideration. I did a 15-hour shift and a 12-hour shift the next day. It's unbelievable. As well as running on a child that's really ill.
Yeah, so Vince has worked more than me this weekend, as I was saying this morning. We did the same on Saturday, but then Sunday he did a few hours extra in the evening to what I did, and he got up with Maidie both days. Yeah, he's just comes in like the toys are tidied, everything's just done like in a flash of an instant. While I fed Maidie, so while I gave Maidie her yogurt, he did everything in the house. You're a cleaning whirlwind. Come in and whirlwind spin us all about, and then it's just come out the other side, played and tidy. Maidie has gone down for her first. Is it her first nap? I don't know. She's been awake since 5, so I'm sure she slept for somewhere between 5 and 11.
I guarantee you now, her sleep, she will sleep for a good 2 hours.
Do you think?
Yeah, she's ill. She's tired.
Yeah, but if her nose is anything like last night, then it'll be waking her up.
Yeah, is that her or was it?
It was her. Yeah, she's crying already. Gosh.
Not in for a good one.
I think we won't go swimming tomorrow because I just don't think she'll be up for swimming.
I don't think it's fair to take us.
I don't think it's fair to take her swimming, not only on the other children, but also on her little body.
It's really sad because she loves it, but
yeah, it's got to be a miss.
Sleep, and that's sad.
She's still wiggling about in here. Oh no. To just write today off, and I'm going to come back tomorrow because I'm just too tired. Hello, little sausage. Hello, little sausage. Oh, you've got a matching blue jumper on with your mum today. I can't actually do this any lower because I'm not wearing a bra. And I doubt there's anyone watching actually that's been watching from the beginning of my little life on the social media world. Let's turn you around. And I tie-dyed this myself, so I did it in bleach. And that was pre-COVID, so it's like 6 years ago that I did it. And now it's literally completely falling apart. All the bleached bits are all coming. I can show you on this bit here, look. So it's like just basically the fabric's degrading. Are you wedged down there? Would you like to come up here? And because Mummy's not wearing anything underneath, you can see too much. It bumped you on the head. So, maids, let's stop its subject tracking because it's flicking between us. Maids. Maidie, what does a fishy do? What does a fishy do? What does a fishy do? What is that? What does a fishy do? She's refusing to do it for camera. What does a fishy do? What does a fishy do? What does a fishy do? Oh, it was so cute. The last few days since she learnt it went dead. Maidie, what does a fishy do? Maidie, what does a fishy do? I mean, it could do that. Maidie, what does a fishy do? Kind of. But she stopped doing it so much because now she's learnt to say ya, which I think is actually she's trying to say mama, but it's coming out as ya. Say mama. Say mama. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you in the morning and maybe we'll come back with a little bit more sprightly energy. Say bye. Waving, bye. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. She's like, I can see it and I can see it there. Bye bye. You can literally see it going through her brain, can't you? Maidie, do it. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. We're just sitting down on the floor to film because Maidie's ill and it's not fair to her to have a camera in her face all day. I really want to film a video, but we're just going to do sit down chatty vibes. I put a question box on Instagram and I've pulled out some of my favourites. I've grouped them into categories. So we're going to start with a really cute one, but also a little bit hard to answer. And it's what's been the hardest and the best part of your first year of motherhood. So for me, the hardest part by far has been giving up the old version of me. This is probably a bad day to ask me this question, to be fair, because this time my iPhone memories have been showing up at the start of our 6-week trip in Ibiza, and that was the best time of my whole life. And don't get me wrong, I adore Maidie, I adore everything about her, I adore our life now, but it was very much two entirely separate parts. Life pre-baby and life post-baby. It's like pre and post-COVID, like it's like BM and AM, like it's just so different. That's before Maidie and after Maidie, if you were watching. Like, I am a different human in so many good ways, but also in so many ways that I still wish I was. There's a part of me that still wishes I was that version of Emmy. And those 6 weeks were, I know this really sounds really selfish to say, but they were the best time of my whole entire life. I have never experienced anything like it. I've got to wiggle about. I might put a cushion under my bottom. Hopefully that helps a little bit. No, Lola, no. It just was the best time of my life, and there's nothing else I can say about that. That is the thing that I miss the most. And in the certain times where Mike and I look at each other and think, what I would give to go on holiday or to go out for dinner or to do something during the day or just to do something and feel completely free, because we had a lot of freedom. I had almost a double income. Mike was working. We had a lot of freedom and a lot of spare time and a lot of fun, and that's the biggest thing that I miss. And I can't tell you that we don't. That's been the hardest part, is giving all of that up. The best part is I just adore her more than I could ever explain, and more than I can ever, unless you've got children, you just will never understand. And that sounds really patronising, but you just won't. Like, it feels like a whole part of me lives outside my body now. And people used to say that to me all the time, but I never fully got it until it happened. I got all the dog out. Why are there so many disturbances? I've been here 5 minutes. Yeah, my favourite thing is her. There's no other way to put it. I just adore her. Everything about her. Her personality, her face, when she wakes up on a morning and she's just giving you this big smile. Even though she's grumpy and she's got a cold, she still turns around with a big smile when she sees you. Her is what I adore. The question we keep getting asked is if we're going to have more children. And I have to be very open and honest with you. You know I'm an open and honest human. I don't know. I'm losing weight again, and that is how we managed to conceive Maidie last time. I'm about a stone off what I was when I conceived her last time, but we're not trying right this second. We're not trying right now, so we're actively not trying, I would say. But I think once she gets to 18 months-ish, so where will that be? October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Once we get into spring, we will probably start trying again. We would love to have another child. We just don't know if it's possible for us because it took us 10 years to have Maidie. I don't want to be 45 and having a baby. I don't want there to be a 10-year age gap. There was an 11-year age gap between me and my younger sister, and for me that was too big of a gap. I would only want a couple of years of a gap. It's fine now we're older, but that during my teenage years, having a younger children around just probably wasn't the one. So we will try. Once we start trying, we will probably try for 2 years, and if we don't have one after 2 years, then we will get rid of the stuff and we will accept that Maidie is our only little miracle angel baby. Yeah, it's too hard to answer because lots of people struggle with secondary infertility. That lots of people. That isn't, but we've had infertility for 10 years. So like the odds of us struggling the second time are pretty high. Just depends what my body's doing and how it wants to behave ultimately. I also do think that I can't carry boys. I think, and maybe I can, maybe I'm just making this up, but I have this theory that and a lot of people in my family were girls all the way back. So Tommy, my brother's the only boy for generations if you follow the line of girls up. So my mum has 2 girls, my aunt has a girl, her mum had 2 girls, her mum had all girls, mum's cousins have had all girls. There's just girls each time you go up. It's always been like the man marrying into the family. So I think I'd struggle to conceive a boy, and maybe that's why it took us so long. I don't know. How do you balance Maidie and filming, in a nutshell? That's what that question is. But I film when she naps, mainly. I edit on an evening when she's gone to bed, or during the day when she naps. I have to switch my brain into a very different gear. So there's like everyday version. Sometimes I'll just wear my sweats all day, like yesterday, the start of this video. And because I haven't switched my brain into you need to film, I just don't film. So I have to get into the mindset. I have to be in the right headspace, and she has to be. Like today, we're not filming because she has to also be in the right space and in the right frame of mind, because it's not fair to her otherwise. Ultimately, I'm putting her life on the internet. I don't want to put her life out there in a negative way. I'm very conscious of what we share. I still get a lot of criticism, and I still get a lot of hate in my inbox normally about sharing her online. This is us and our life choice. I think we can be scared of everything, and we can be scared of anything happening at any point in our lives. I'm not the kind of person that gives into fear mongering. I'm not the kind of person that gives into sitting in fear, mainly because I've seen it happen a lot of times in my life, and I think it can destroy you ultimately, and it can prevent you from living your best life by living in fear. And I'm not going to do that. And maybe down the line we'll change our minds as she gets older and decide not to put her online, and we will stay online. But for right now, that's what we're doing. And the balance also comes from having the most incredible husband and a bit of family support around us. Mike really, really makes it easy to do this, because without him doing all the outskirt things, tidying the house, doing the washing, looking after Maidie sometimes, not minding me working on an evening, all of those bits and bobs, it just wouldn't be possible. And also being willing to be part of the filming. I know some people aren't always willing to be included, and there's been such a transition over the years. I've been doing this for a really long time, of Mike being comfortable, uncomfortable, and then comfortable filming. He's still not always 100% comfortable, but it makes such a difference when he's on board with doing it, because it just means as a family then we feel a lot more comfortable about doing it, and we're more likely to get stuff done. I don't know how long I've got till she wakes up. She's been asleep nearly 2 hours. Why do you live in Devon? That's such a great question, and a question I've asked myself a lot of times. We were just about to move when we found out we were pregnant with Maidie. The plan was to be gone this summer. By the end of last summer, we weren't going to be in Devon. We were going to be abroad somewhere, doing at least 90 days. We both I had remote work that could have carried us through. Actually, I ended up being made redundant, so it's pretty good I wasn't doing that. But we're staying in Devon now because it's convenient. We have this beautiful house. We have babysitters for Maidie whenever we need them, within reason. We have a nice, peaceful, calm life down here. Maidie's got lots of space. The dog's got space. It doesn't make any sense for us to be anywhere else right now. Right now, that doesn't mean we're going to stay here forever, because I really, really, really want to go live somewhere that's hot and sunny. I cannot tell you how much I want to go and live, especially after this summer. It's been such a beautiful summer, but this is like once every 5 years we have a beautiful summer in England. I need to be somewhere with more sun permanently. But for now, this is perfect. And I think I've talked about this before, but we'll homeschool Maidie, so it doesn't matter where we are in the world. So things people I know move to different places because of school systems and whatnot, but not for us. She'll be homeschooled. Any recommendations on what to do in Devon? I moved into the Devon section, if you hadn't realised. Any recommendations on what to do in Devon for families? No. If I'm really honest with you, no right now. But there is a series coming on Instagram. We have the beach. We went once this summer. I think that A, tells you the kind of family that we are, and B, I just don't think we're geared up for the beaches here in the UK. I don't think as a nation we're geared up for going and having a good time on the beach. It's very much, there's no sunbeds to hire, there's no taps to wash your feet off as you come off the beach. Like, just really basic stuff like that. And when I'm abroad, I love going to beaches that have it all set up. You're ready, you can go. There's lifeguards. There's no lifeguards here, not in Devon. There is in Cornwall, unless it's like Bantham, for example, but that's a privately paid lifeguard. Like, it's not done. Devon County Council don't put lifeguards on beaches, which I think is awful personally, but it is what it is. But we are starting a series, and I'm going to start filming this weekend when we're going to Pennywell for their Pumpkin Fest. It's a gifted ticket, but we want to see what there is to do because we just don't know either. So, guys, stay tuned for that one. Oh, I hadn't seen this one come up, but I'm going to include it here anyway. And it's, if you could move anywhere else in the world, where would it be? Spain, which is where we were going to go. If we couldn't get visas, and visas were being difficult, I'd contemplate Gibraltar, just to be out of the UK, out of the mainland. I would consider Gibraltar. I do like Gibraltar. We've been lots of times on cruise ships, and I know that's not living there, but I'd like to go and stay and do all the things. Playing with a cup, I'm sorry. But ultimately, I'd love to do Spain if I could afford it and money was money was unlimited. Then I would 100% be living in Ibiza, top of the island, beautiful, out in the countryside, bit of land, swimming pool, near enough to drive to a beach. Yeah, that's what I'd ultimately love. I'd like to do a little bit more. I'd like to be a bit closer to a city. I'd like to be able to get easily to a popular beach so that you have the stuff there, like I was saying. But I also want a bit of nightlife and a bit of stuff for maids to do, a bit of land. Yeah, that would be my ultimate dream. So can we all manifest that for me, please? How do you and Vince make sure you still have time as a couple since becoming parents? Maybe it looks like we do a little bit more than we do. We as a couple are really solid. We communicate really well. We see each other a lot. We live and work together. So, for example, he comes down at lunchtime and has his lunch in the house, and we're super lucky to be able to do that. He only does 25 hours a week, so that means that he is here for a couple of days with us. But as a couple, we always come back together on an evening for at least an hour to watch a programme together. I know that sounds like really meh, but just having that hour together to sit and watch a programme means so much. I just noticed there's a bear in the corner of the shot. Also, we try and plan dates in, and we're starting our date night series, which you'll see on Instagram and on Shorts, maybe on TikTok. I don't know if I'm going to post it. I think I posted my first one, but I don't know how well it did, so I haven't opened it since. I think we have we've been together for 20, I don't know if it's 20 or 21 years. I think it's 20 years that we've been together in November. So we have a really good, solid relationship anyway. And we know that right now we might not be as physically close as we were, but we are. I don't think it's that different. We've worked together, we've run businesses together, we've done so much together that my biggest thing is communication and knowing how each other communicates and being able to take a pause when you're cross about something and know that it's not the other person's fault, and just being able to have conversations about stuff. Like, even if you have to just say, okay, pause, let's stop arguing and let's come back to this later, or being able to say, okay, I understand how you feel. I might not be able to feel the same things as you, but I understand how you feel and I will therefore make more of an effort. Knowing the roles each other has and what's expected of each other, I think, is a really big one, and being able to share the responsibility of those and being able to both of you say, do you need help, or say, I need help, is just so important. We, like I said, are going to do date night once a week. So I think we've got to that stage now, especially after a busy summer, that we do need to schedule some us time in to just go and sit and chat. But we do chat. We make time purposely every single day to sit and chat once she's in bed. All my questions have disappeared. I lost what I was doing at the end of that clip because I had a little technical glitch. And then I was watching it back and I realised I've read every question like facing down like this. So let's bring the questions up here a bit, shall we? What's Maidie's current favourite snack, as I'm struggling to know what to give my child for snacks? We are big fans of a melty stick, if I'm honest with you. She likes cut up tomatoes, cut up bits of fruit, but she also loves a melty stick. I think they're really good because they teach them how to hold big things and then crunch, and there's no choking risk because they basically just melt into nothing. Yeah, Ella's Kitchen Organics, I think they're called, melty sticks and snacks. They're what we go to. For the rest of her meals, we might as well just talk about while we're here. She has yogurt for breakfast. Normally she is having a pouch at lunchtime at the moment. And then at dinner time she has a little bit of whatever we're having. So like she might have some chicken or some pasta or some, bit of whatever we're having. Sometimes she has pouches if Vince is doing something that's inappropriate for her for dinner. Or if we're having something like sausages or burgers, like tonight she'll probably have a pouch because I don't want to be giving her sausage, if I'm honest with you. We're having sausage and mash for dinner. Favourite takeaway in Devon? It's got to be the Mahabharat in Kingsbridge. It's got to be. If you're coming to Devon, the Mahabharat's just the best. It's the best. It is. It's won loads of awards. One baby project you couldn't live without. I'm about to have a baby. And there's so much advice out there. Yeah, there is. I feel you. That's such a difficult question. I just don't think you really need anything. If I had to say something, it would probably be the Kit and Kim Magic Salve, because her nappy rash has never been particularly bad. That is always the thing that saves it. And when she's got a nappy rash and it's hurting her, God, she screams to high heaven. And that clears it up. It creates a barrier so fast. Faster than anything else that we've ever used. That has to be my one thing. Obviously Maidie has a dummy, so we couldn't live without her dummy. While we were breastfeeding but pumping, it was the milk warmer, the Tommy Tippy milk warmer. And now that she's bottle feeding, it's I think it's called like a quick cool or something. Rapid cool, I think. They're all on my Amazon storefront, but the rapid cool is life-changing. I know people have like the big baby breasters and everything that get the milk ready, but it's just not, we don't have enough space on our side. I'm also really glad we did a UV steriliser and not a steam steriliser, because I just couldn't have dealt with that, I don't think. Who takes longer to get ready? It's a random question. Me. I loved it when Maidie was doing the fishies the other day. Does she have any other funny habits? That's the one at the moment. It's so cute. And she still wouldn't do it for you, would she? Basically, you say what a fishy's doing, she goes up with the noise and everything. It's the most adorable thing in the world. What's she doing with her little self right now? She's fast asleep in her cot. What's your favourite spot to watch the sunset in Devon? We're coming down in a few weeks. South Milton, always. We're very lucky at this side that we get the sunset, because Salcombe side doesn't get the sunset, and like Torcross and that side, they don't get it. So Hope Cove is really beautiful. If you're going to like the pub or anything this time of year, watching it from the Hope and Anchor is top. But yeah, if it's a warm day and you can get wrapped up, get fish and chips from Kingsbridge, pick them up, drive them to the beach. I wouldn't go to the beach house unless you've got a lot of money. We certainly can't afford to get to the beach house in our current lives. Pick fish and chips up from Kingsbridge, sit on South Milton Sands and watch the sun go down wrapped up in a big coat. I'd love to do that. We probably aren't going to be able to do that until next year because it's just too cold for the baby and she's so tiny still. Okay, one more. Let's do one more question. Let's find one that's come up recently. What's the last thing that Maidie did that made you laugh? I laugh all day with her. Oh, Maidie's awake, so that's going to be our last question of the day. Thank you for being here. Please hype the video. I'll put a little explanation on how to hype it here. Please like, comment if you've got any other questions. We might do this again in a few weeks, so whack some questions down below. I have to say thank you to Mother of Dragons for giving us super thanks. If anyone else gives super thanks out on the premiere of these videos, I will give you a shout out And I think we might be opening subscriptions up for another video a week, but not telling anyone that yet. My Etsy store's linked below. The actual prints are on for sale now, so you can either do digital downloads or actual prints. And I will see you later in the week for another video. Goodbye. Love you.